When the town of Middleton work crew cleared away the black locust trees from this hillside in 2008, they made an amazing discovery. There were not one, but two forgotten pits. These pits contained vital clues about the people that once lived here. One of them contained pieces of 19th century dinnerware, and just up the hill, the second pit had likely been a root cellar. We now know that Fritz Elver built a log cabin here in 1867 to house one of his farm workers, James Goth. The Elver farm was located further southwest from here, across from what's now Old Sauk Road. At that time, Pioneer Road extended north, crossed Old Sauk Road, and went by the front of the cabin. That year, James Goth, his wife Sophia, his mother, and a young son moved into the cabin. They lived here for 13 years, and the family grew to include 9 more children. The location of their cabin was about 50 feet up the hillside. The cabin had faced south for sunlight and warmth, and was tucked into the hillside for wind protection. Archaeologists believe the cabin was about 15 by 15 feet in size and consisted of about 40 thick logs notched at the ends and fitted together. The spaces between the logs were sealed or chinked with limestone, plaster, or clay mixed with straw. For added protection in the winter months, the family may have stacked corn stalks against the outside walls to help block the cold wind. The interior of the cabin was one room that served as the Goth's kitchen, dining room, bedroom, and a guest room. So being creative with the space was a must. For privacy and separation, long curtains were likely hung from hooks in the ceiling to divide the room as necessary. A family trunk from Mecklenburg, Germany had served as closet, desk, and cupboard. Most of the furniture was handmade. There was probably a small loft where the children slept with access by ladder. There were no luxuries here. A wood-burning stove was used for cooking and heat, and during the winter, it was especially hard to keep warm. It wasn't unusual to sleep with a brick or rock that had been heated on the stove and wrapped in cloth. Candles or kerosene lanterns provided light at night. Since the cabin had no running water, it was common for the family to wash with a piece of flannel and soap in a basin of water that had been heated on the stove. During the warmer months, family members took turns bathing in a wooden wash bucket using the same bath water. The toilet was outside in an outhouse. The Goth's root cellar was an underground room which functioned as nature's own refrigerator. It was here that Sophia probably stored carrots, turnips, beets, rutabagas, parsnips, and potatoes from her large garden. Other likely foodstuffs included onions, jarred preserves and jams, winter squash, and cabbage. Surrounding the cabin was an apple orchard. Apple trees provided raw and dried apples, apple sauce, apple pies, cider, and vinegar. It was 70 years later before the 2 pits were literally unearthed. What a fabulous find for the Conservancy! All we have to do is add our imagination.